Today's episode is brought to you by La Bandera BTX, birria de res estilo Tijuana in Brownsville, Texas. Bring your favorite adult beverages to add to their delicious agua frescas, michelada mix, and other mocktails while enjoying the best quesabirria dishes in the Rio Grande Valley. Restaurant located on South Padre Island Highway and a food truck on West Elizabeth Street. Follow their social media at La Bandera BTX.
Welcome to Paranormal 956. My name is David, and as always, I am here with Bianca.
Hi, guys.
So, I just got back from Disney World
I
in
heard.
Florida.
It was your birthday over there.
So, yeah, I guess it's with the time change. My birthday happened with the time change of going to Florida.
Right.
So, I was going to squeeze that into any conversation I can.
Of course.
And so, just randomly, I'm going to ask you.
What?
So, what's your favorite Disney princess?
Wait, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's your favorite Disney princess?
So, it's not even close for me.
What?
My favorite is Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, valid.
I like smart girls. And she's like the smartest one.
Sure, you can say that.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with Snow White.
Okay. So, I did go to Disney and I had a great time.
Right.
And if anybody has a chance to go, I do recommend go. It's fun. They have more than just Disney stuff. I kind of did think it was going to be all Mickey Mouse and Disney princesses, and there's Star Wars and Marvel and Twilight Zone, and like a bunch of stuff. But given our channel,
right,
we're going to go a little bit dark.
You know, you forgot.
Oh, you know this one? Oh, that's not good. Yeah,
We'll explain that picture.
we'll figure this out. Hey, but that's not totally random.
No. We have a reason for that.
We have a reason we're
Yeah.
looking at braziers here. Because we do research. We take this very seriously. We do research. And so going into the dark side, we
Not the Star Wars version.
Not the Star Wars, but we did some research on things, and we could have gone a lot of different ways. There's been deaths at Disney. There's been a lot of accusations of other things.
Yeah, more like theories.
Yeah, and hidden messages, etc.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, we decided together we would talk about the Brothers Grimm, which is the original stories
base
on your favorite. Did you say your favorite was Snow White or Cinderella?
No, Snow White.
Okay, so I mean, maybe that's one of the things we have in common. We're into little people.
What? That's crazy. No. No.
Maybe I misread that. So the Brothers Grimm, I guess they're kind of like Dr. Seuss back in the day. Like they wrote kid stories, but
nah, those are not kid stories.
So that's true. It does make me wonder, right?
No way.
Were they kid stories at the time, or were they like Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey stories? Because they're pretty rough, these stories.
It's because it depends how kids were back in the day.
Kids weren't good, I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think they were good. Not that kids are great today, but they can't handle that.
Right. If you bring one of those books into an elementary, even middle school.
So what age do you think is appropriate for the Disney version?
The original Grimm Brothers stories. I think high school. You're putting 15 and above.
Yeah.
For the details, for the wording that it is, I believe 15 and above.
Okay. So let's get into the stories. Which do you want to handle first?
You know what? Ruin Snow White for me.
Okay. So we're going to go into Snow White. The Brothers Grimm, these two brothers that were, I guess they were like...
Okay, so before David goes into it, he hasn't specified, but the Grimm brothers actually wrote the stories They're not involved in the stories. They just wrote the stories.
I don't know if they're involved or they're not involved. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not letting them off.
Allegedly, you don't.
I'm not letting them off any hooks.
So
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not here to defend these guys. I didn't know these guys.
But the thing is that they wrote the stories.
They wrote the stories,
and that's not. It's not a story you can like think of and be like, yeah, someone made that up.
It does seem like there's based in some life experience.
Yeah. The wording, the structure of the story.
Yeah.
And they all end up with the punishment part.
Right.
Which is.
Right.
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
So we're going to go into the Snow White first. Yeah. Snow White's mother, from what I understand, kind of made a deal with the devil kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. To have the perfect daughter.
Yeah.
And she specified that she had white skin.
White as snow.
White as snow.
Right.
Hence the name Snow White.
You don't say.
Super black hair. And there was one other thing. Oh, lips as red as blood.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how we got Snow White. And apparently, too beautiful.
Too much.
Too much. Right? And so, for us, we're on the shades of brown. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't. I mean, you had kids.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how many times you got on your knees praying to God, dear, or the devil, anyone, right? Please let my kid have white skin like a snow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can just imagine, like, we're brown. I can imagine how black people read that story and like,
right?
That's like a nightmare for me, right?
Yeah. Imagine asking for a kid, like, let my kid be white as snow. But there's like shades of white, and you're gonna go with white as snow,
right? And you,
like, that's.
I
crazy.
think they had to. It's funny that they left out the eyes because the eyes seem like they automatically needed to be red with that white of skin, right?
I mean,
like that they're describing a person with albinism, right? Like an albino person with white skin,
right?
And it's just, it's a weird ask, I guess, especially from our point of view, right? And I think a lot of people that are listening, like, I don't think anybody that listens to us is getting on their knees going, oh, please let my kid be white as snow, right? I mean, I have white friends that wouldn't ask for that.
Right.
Right? So anyway, that's the first weird thing.
Yeah. The first red flag.
The first weird thing in this story that kind of makes you go, huh. All right. That's a choice the writers made, right? That's a choice. Second.
Yeah.
This child's so beautiful. With this white as snow.
Red lips.
Skin. Red lips. Can you imagine? I want you to think of a baby, right? I mean, we know Snow White, right? We know Snow White. You got this baby.
Right.
With jet black hair, blood red lips, and
white, pale.
Pale.
Not even
right.
white.
Right. Snow White.
Snow White.
Right?
No, even pale has color, bro. Even pale has
color.
There's a
little bit of yellow in that, right? Not that. Whiter than that. And then to think, this baby's so beautiful, I got to kill it. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Because
you got what you asked for, and now you're saying, like,
we're going to have to get this too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
You couldn't ask it, like, hey, can you, like, change it up a bit now?
So I'm an old person, right? And I've been around a lot of babies. Most of them are ugly. I'm going to just be honest.
No, yeah. Right? I've seen babies.
Yeah, and they're not pretty.
No.
A few of them I've seen, and there's one in particular because I've been with my wife for a very long time. And so she has a niece that was stunning as a child. Like, when I met this child, in my mind, I was like, this kid needs to be a Gerber baby.
Okay, like had potential to be out
there. It was
like
a model.
Like a model baby.
A model, but a baby, right?
Yeah.
Not even one time did I think, I got to kill this baby. Not even one time. You know, I fucking got to kill this baby.
Got to get rid of it.
Got to get rid of this baby. This baby can't grow up. Fuck this shit. Never even once did that enter my mind, Right? So that's number 2.
I mean,
this story is already
even at ugly babies, you're not gonna.
That's true. That's true. Didn't even think about that. But while we're on it, I've known even more ugly babies. A lot of ugly babies. There's like 2 babies that I have that scenario that I thought when I saw them, this baby could be a model baby. Like this baby needs to be in magazines. 2, thousands of ugly babies. Never once thought this baby needs to die.
Exactly.
Never once. Not even once. Not even once.
So that's
red flag number 2 in
number 2.
this story. Like, what the fuck are we reading over here, right? All
Anyways.
Right. So Snow White grows up, trying to kill her, right? Too beautiful.
But she couldn't do it herself. At first.
Right.
At first.
So Snow White escapes, runs into 7 dwarfs. Maybe that's another red flag. What are these guys all living together for in the woods? That's weird. Right? Were they ostracized from society that they
No,
had?
the thing is that how do you get 7 dwarfs?
If I knew.
Like
If I knew. Young.
No. Like my thinking process is, what in your head thinks like, you know what? Let me put an imaginary house in the middle. What are we gonna put inside the house?
Yeah.
7 dwarfs.
Yeah, think about like we're writing this story and
Yeah.
we're in Brownsville. We're gonna go to Southmost. And what's in Southmost? Southmost. Short people. 7 of them. There's gonna be 7 of them. They're all guys.
All men.
Men. And they all live in the same house.
Yeah, so like
I'm gonna count that as red flag number 3.
chinga.
Don't make any sense. Too much magic going on over here, right?
Anyways.
All right, so this lady that's trying to kill Snow White, and the reason that we had bras up on the screen right now.
Wait, first there was a huntsman.
Oh, they told the huntsman to go kill her.
But he doesn't. Because she's too pretty.
Right.
So he doesn't. That's it.
And so when they tell the huntsman to kill her, this is going to be red flag number 4. I'll be ready for this. The instructions are, I want you to kill her. And as proof that she's dead, bring me her heart and her liver.
Wait, the liver too? Yes. I thought it was just a heart.
No, and I'm going to tell you why this is a red flag for me. Right?
Right.
I've known a lot of people in my life. Some of them I've cared for.
Uh-huh.
Right? I've been in love many times.
Uh-huh.
I would not recognize anybody's heart if you handed it to me.
Or liver.
Or their liver. Like, hey, I need you to take this to my mom. But to prove that I have it, I need to see her heart in my hand. I need to see it.
And the liver
in my other hand. I need to see it. Because otherwise, bro, you could have just killed somebody random. I need to see the heart. I'll know the heart.
But I think that's what happened. I think he killed someone else or some shit like that, or he killed a deer.
So he ended up telling Snow White to run.
Yeah.
And she ran into the
woods. And he covered for her, but then the mom found her or whatever.
And that's where the 7 dwarfs, she ran into the 7 dwarfs.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's another one.
Now, yeah, so we're
the mom is like, fuck this shit. I have to go do it myself.
Yeah. So now she's going to poison Snow White.
Yeah.
And we know she's shotgun up with these 7 little guys.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? You poison her bras.
Wait.
What?
She disguises herself as a witch, as a seller or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah, like a seller, yeah. I don't remember what she disguises herself into 3 different things. The first one is something different, but
yeah,
poison weapon.
Her first choice.
Yeah, this will get her
a bra,
or like a corset,
like a corset type of thing. That's what we were looking up. We're like, what the fuck is a? Because I guess in the books it just says bodice, some shit like that.
We had no idea.
Yeah, so we looked it up. We're like, what the fuck is that?
And that. I wear underwear, right? I'm not one of those weirdos. I'm not a weirdo. I wear underwear. I didn't have no idea what a bodice was, right? And so we had to look it up. Right?
And I'm a girl, and I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I know you don't want to deal with certain things.
No.
That's fine. But
so that was one. That was her first.
First of all, real quick, you're going to.
Are you too?
We have been into true crime since we first became friends, right?
Yeah.
We have been into true crime. And
but we're not that sick.
We have followed murderers. We have read stories. We have seen police reports. All of this stuff.
Pictures, videos.
All of it.
You name it.
I have never heard of a person getting killed by poison underwear. Ever. Not even one time.
Well, besides the point.
Also,
what type of poison was it? I don't think it was specified. Anyways, so the second choice.
Yeah.
The second, because Snow White didn't fall for that one.
Yeah. Well, I noticed you want to move on from this underwear story pretty quick, but that's fine. We can move on to the third one.
Well, what the fuck else were you going to say?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And the second one was that she was selling another item, but she poisoned another item, but this time it was a comb for the hair.
Right.
But guess what? She didn't buy it.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
Which is another weak ass weapon, I'm going to tell you.
Who the fuck does her hair?
Like, who is
I can't.
that? So think about it this way, right?
Okay.
Because, like I said,
someone shows up at your house.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, selling combs.
Yeah. This comb smells funny.
What? Okay, so what poison is gonna go through your hair?
So that's what I'm thinking too, right? Because
you can just go shower and that's it.
Let's say that this works, right? Let's say that it's your neighbor and your neighbor dies, and I come over and I go, "Hey, what happened to your neighbor?" She died. What happened? Hair poisoning. Hair poisoning. Hair poisoning. She got hair poisoning.
I can't. Well, that didn't work. Wait,
didn't work.
Didn't work.
Surprise. Didn't work. Didn't work. What about your other neighbor? Underwear poisoning. Underwear poisoning. She died. Underwear poisoning. And this neighbor is hair poisoning. She died with her hair poisoning.
Okay.
They're the weakest killing method ever.
So even the third method, which was the apple,
poisonous.
But it didn't kill her.
She didn't die from poisoning. She didn't die from poisoning. So this is what. So they give her the poisonous apple, right? And she eats it.
Yeah.
And she dies, right? And so the servants of the prince. Oh, real quick, we move too fast.
Why?
She eats the poisonous apple and she dies.
Right.
And so while she's dead in a bed, this prince walks by.
Oh, that's true.
Red flag. I don't even know what number we're on.
But you're talking about the elves. Because that happened before, no? The prince gets there?
Yeah, so she's dead already. I'm already at she's dead.
Okay.
The prince gets there, sees her dead, laying down. And guess what happens?
What? What happens?
He falls in love with her. Dead lady in the bed, falls in love with her, and kisses her, which is what you do, I guess, when you fall in love with a dead person. You kiss them,
right?
I guess. I don't know.
Right.
This Disney magic. So they decide
that
they're gonna bury her or whatever. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they take her body
somewhere.
They're taking her somewhere. I guess maybe they're on a vacation. I don't know. And the servants of the prince, who in the book mistreat her body,
mishandle her,
and abuse her body.
Yes,
right. Whatever
how it was worded.
Whatever that means, mistreat and abuse her body. Right. I don't know what that means. Doesn't sound good. Let's just say that. It doesn't. Right? It doesn't sound good. That's red flag number. What are we at? 24.
I don't know. Point, yeah.
Who knows? But while they're carrying her, they drop her, and she spits out.
But that's the thing. You're talking about a 3-foot fall.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, what's the biggest midget? Well, you're not supposed to say midget anymore, right? What is the largest dwarf I've ever seen? I think 4'11" is the tallest you can be without
guess.
Being just from Southmost. Right.
Right.
Like 4'11" is dwarf, 5 foot, Southmost.
Yeah.
Right.
Regular, normal.
Normal. Just
Average.
Normal. Average.
Average.
All the basketball players that come out of Southmost are 5 foot.
5'4" at best.
That's just Shaquille O'Neal from Southmost is 5'4".
Yeah.
And so they drop her. She spits out the apple. It's lodged out, let's say.
Uh-huh.
And she comes back to life.
So, okay, going back to
Which
that.
is kind of what medicine was like back then, I guess, right? I mean, you could...
So you're telling me the dwarves invented CPR?
It kind of sounds like that. They did it a little different, right?
But...
They picked you up and they dropped you. But it's kind of Heimlich. Maybe that's why Heimlich sounds German. Because the dwarfs in Germany invented that kind of thing. Which kind of makes sense.
Makes sense.
When you're dead, this is what I think we've been missing out.
But she was poisoned.
She was poisoned.
But the poison didn't work.
Right. But she died. She was poisoned, and she died. You know what? Maybe we haven't been dropping enough people. Like, maybe we should just go to hospitals. Like, they do the code, and they're like, they call it. Wait. Have you tried dropping her?
Yeah. Go, give me 3 feet. Let's try next.
Drop it.
If she doesn't resuscitate, let's do 4.
Yeah.
Can't do over 5.
Right. Not here. We can't.
No.
No, we need ladders. Yeah. So the story is fantasy in a lot of different ways. Right?
Yeah.
And so anyway, they drop her. She spits out the apple. She wakes up and finds out that the prince is in love with her. So what do?
They get married.
You get married.
That's
Disney magic right there.
It is.
And Disney wasn't involved yet, but it would be later.
Yeah.
Right. And so that is the...
Wait, and then the wedding.
Oh. Okay, you tell this part because I forgot.
You forgot.
I forgot.
Okay, so in the wedding, so the prince knows that the mom was the one trying to kill her and all this extra stuff.
Oh, that's right.
So as a punishment...
Yeah. Or a bridal gift. Could be that too. This lady did try to poison her.
So
hair.
you're gonna have your mother-in-law dancing in red hot
shoes.
Heels.
Yeah, heels, yeah.
Till death.
Till death. On your wedding day.
On your wedding day.
In the salon that you're at. For everybody.
In a rancho that you're going to be at.
Right. Playing Selena.
Yeah.
Beady bum with that, bitch. Yeah. So they did things different back then.
Yeah.
It's a little different. And that's not how the Disney story goes.
Just imagine your mother-in-law dancing on your wedding day.
Yeah, it would dampen the mood, I think, a little bit. Like, it would bring it down the house. And we wouldn't be as happy as we were. It's a little mood breaker.
Vibes off.
Yeah. So that's just one of the 2 stories, right? We haven't even gotten into Cinderella. I'm wondering if we should.
Cinderella, it's a popular one.
Yeah. Do you want to go into Cinderella?
Let's do it.
So Cinderella is kind of mistreated. I think this part is in the Disney, right? She's mistreated the stepsisters and all that. She's got to clean and all this stuff. What we didn't know, or I didn't know until we did our research, Cinderella actually is a derogatory term. It means the ashy girl in German. So I didn't know that. So, like you do when you're Prince.
Oh, I thought like whenever you're ashy, I was like, I've never been ashy my whole life. I don't know what you're doing.
So the prince can't find a wife.
Right.
Which, red flag number 1 for me.
Mm-hmm.
So the king decides, I'm going to have a fancy ball. Invite all the eligible women. He'll find
the
one.
ladies.
The ladies.
Right.
And so the stepsisters are going.
Yeah, but I think Cinderella wasn't allowed.
She wasn't allowed to go because she was kind of looked at.
But I think in the Disney version, it's that Cinderella's dad died. And she stayed with the stepmother, and the stepmother didn't let her go. She just sent out the sisters, and Cinderella stayed to clean. But that was a version.
And I also think,
Disney.
I don't know if it was said, but I think it was implied that
Her dad
they didn't want her to go because she would win the heart over the sisters.
Yeah, but the
'Cause she
dad
was-
didn't let her go because
Okay.
of that, some shit. But the dad was still alive in that version of the
Oh,
brothers.
I see.
Yeah.
So Cinderella goes with the fairy godmother and all that is in the original.
Yeah.
With the pumpkin
The
carriage.
12 at
and
night, the
yeah, all of that is
horses,
in
the rats are horses, the I don't know who the fuck is the coachman and shit.
So the mice were the horses and the rat was the coachman.
Yeah, some shit like that.
But this is red flag number 2 for me. Why are glass slippers the fancy slippers? Like I get diamond slippers. That makes sense. Or even crystal slippers. But glass slippers seems kind of
Cheap.
yeah, they're like Payless shoes. But they're like the fancy ones.
Huh.
Anyway, they go to the dance. Same thing. It's the same as the story with the dance and the fairy godmother and all of that.
Yeah.
The big difference in this situation is that, oh, and also red flag number, I don't know what we're on. Right. He doesn't know what the wife looks like or the girlfriend looks like.
The
But
Cinderella.
he knows the foot.
So, okay. So he dances with her. He falls in love. It hits 12. She has to go.
Right. As you do.
Yeah. So she
what time
lives. she leaves a glass slipper behind. He gets it, and he's trying to go after her. He doesn't reach her. He doesn't meet her fast horses, rats, mice.
Finds a pumpkin. Where's the carriage at? I just had this fucking pumpkin and all these mice. Right.
Anyways, and then he goes into searching for her
With the shoe.
with the shoe instead
Yeah.
of this is what she looks like.
Right. I would have made a drawing. Would have come up with some words to describe.
Ashy,
Not this guy.
ashy girl.
Right. She's ashy. One leg's longer than the other. Right.
All toes.
Yeah. It doesn't. This is what it sounds like to me, right? This is what it sounds like to me.
Right.
This guy has a foot fetish. Because there's no way that
I think that's where it mostly started.
yeah, because there's no way that I would do this.
No.
I've lived in South Texas my whole life, so this is the land of the chanclas, right?
Right.
So I see toes when I don't want to see toes, right?
Valid.
I was gonna send you a picture the other day, and I
Fucking
thought this was too invasive, so I didn't. I was at Dairy Queen. I'm just gonna say it. I was at Dairy Queen here in Los Fresnos, and this girl was eating ice cream right next to me
Uh-huh.
with her bare feet
You're lying.
on the table.
You're fucking lying. That's gross.
I still have the picture,
What?
but I was like, I shouldn't be sending this picture everywhere, right? But
They're gonna be like, you saw her too?
yeah, I was gonna post it. Does anybody know this girl? She needs to be locked up. So I'm not a foot fetish guy, right? I'm not
Damn
because
it.
feet are everywhere here, right? This
Yeah.
is the land of the feet.
Like,
right?
we get it, it's hot, but come on.
Right. I mean, come on. Your naked feet are everywhere. They're on the floor at a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's nasty. Anyway, I'm not like that. But in Germany, it's cold.
Right.
So all these people that are foot fetish people, you know, these girls that even here, we hear about these girls making money selling pictures of their feet.
Mm-hmm.
They're not selling them to guys here.
No.
We don't need to pay money. We can just go to the pool. We go to the beach. We go to the
You see
Dairy
toes
Queen.
everywhere.
feet are everywhere.
Even when you see people driving, they have the feet up on the dashboard,
true.
out the fucking window.
I've tried that. It's not easy. Yeah, we got feet everywhere.
Anyways.
But in Germany,
But in Germany,
these people,
they're
they
not.
wear shoes. And so feet are sexy over there. Not for me. Not for me.
not my
But-
thing.
Not my thing.
Not my thing.
But, you know, if that's your thing, I know some girls. Anyway,
Come to the valley.
right. Come to the valley. Feet everywhere. Whether you want them or not, there's feet everywhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's what this is because there is no way. even if I had a slipper left, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave it at the house. I'm going to find this chick. I'll have it. It'll be over there. I'm not going to the whole town asking.
You're going through the whole town, door
every
for door.
girl.
Try it on.
Can I
Try it on.
see your feet?
Plus, like, it's a one fucking size. Okay. Yes, it was custom made or whatever, but it was also with the magic, the fairy godmother magic. How come that one didn't go back
That's a good point.
at 12?
Another thing. You and I are really good friends. We're really close. I do not know your shoe size, right? We're close. We're not that close.
But there's several people with my shoe
That's
size
where I'm getting
around
at.
the
That's what
fucking
I'm getting-
town.
If I go to town and I go, like, if I have one of your shoes and I'm looking for your Bianco.
A croc. You're
yeah.
gonna get this big ass croc that doesn't even fit me. That I just got it because it was comfortable.
Right. And then
I got socks.
I bet you I can find a girl that's
gonna fit in there.
and just marry her. That's a story. Just found her, and you know what? Getting married. Happily ever after.
I mean,
so this is supposed to be about the dark stuff. We've laughed a lot in this episode, but this is the dark stuff.
This is where it gets dark.
Yeah.
This is where it starts.
So
Jeez.
the step
This fucking gross.
sisters
Oh, so the prince gets to the house, knocks. Try it on.
Right. Doesn't fit. Apparently these girls have really big feet.
Or toes.
Or toes. They chop off their toes.
I think in the movie they show that one of them has like big toes and the other one has big feet. It's like a different type of
Big.
yeah, just
Yeah. So in the book, they cut off their toes and their heel. That was the other part.
oh shit though. Like
They cut it off to
the
fit
edges they go the
to
edges.
fit it into the shoe. And it almost worked because it fit. But
Wait.
there's blood everywhere. So it's probably not her. And then he notices, oh, yeah, you cheated. You cut off your toes.
And it's a glass slipper, bro.
Right. Yeah.
If it
so
was
you can
any
see
other
through
color,
it.
fuck.
Right.
If it was a red slipper,
Right.
they would have
Gotten
been
away
married.
with it. Gotten away with it. That's the thing, too. Right. I think he found girls that fit. I think there had to be.
Right.
And then he was like, nah, but it doesn't look the same. It had to. But the girls, the thing that gave it away, there's too much blood.
No.
Too much blood. It seems so random. Okay, so then
Yeah.
he finds Cinderella, right? The ashy girl. And it fits. And I don't know if she had the other slipper.
I don't know.
And then puts on the pair and it's like, oh, it all goes together. And I will say this, and this is unrelated, but just as romantic, I think, as this story is.
What?
I had a roommate in college. And understand, too, for those listening, I went to college really young. Like, I was like 16 because I dropped out of school and got my GED.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know what was weird back then, right?
Okay.
Like, I know weird things now. Like, I'm pointing out all the weird stuff in this story. I couldn't do that 30 years ago.
Okay.
Meet this guy, my roommate.
Uh-huh.
And I'm getting my stuff moved into the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that he has a hanger on the wall with a negligee.
What's that?
Like girls' underwear. Like fancy, dressy, sexy underwear. Right?
Oh, okay.
Like
lingerie.
lingerie.
What the fuck would you say it like that?
What did I say?
I don't know.
I thought I said it lingerie. No?
No, I don't think I heard it.
Did I say negligee?
I think so.
Okay, so to me, those are the same. I don't
Maybe.
know. I'm not an expert.
I don't know.
I'm not an expert. I wear underwear, but
Yeah.
I don't wear this underwear. So
Not your type.
I look at this underwear
Mm-hmm.
on hanger on our wall because it's my room too now, right? What's that? He said he's a romantic type. He's looking for the girl that fits in it and he's going to marry her.
Oh.
It's interesting. Is that how this works? I'm 16. I don't even know if I'd touched the boob at that time.
Right.
But it's like this guy's got the glass slipper already on our wall. I will say
now that you think about it, that's
kind of the same thing a little bit.
Same.
There weren't girls cutting off their tits to fit into there, though, right? It is a little bit different. In fact, I will say, women were not knocking down the door to try to fit into that.
Okay, exactly.
Right? In fact, a lot of girls would come over and they would see that and they would hear that story and we never saw them again. Right?
Right.
That wasn't my underwear, though. But I do think some of them thought it might be. Right?
True.
Because now that I'm older and I'm looking back, some of these things were weird in ways that I didn't even anticipate they were weird.
Right.
So back to our story at hand, right?
Back to Cinderella.
Right. So the shoe fits. They get married. And now the sisters are the ones that are punished. And so one of the things...
So after cutting their toes and their fucking heels...
Yeah.
You got to add to that. Taking out the eyes.
Right. So
by birds, to be specific.
Right. For the enjoyment of everybody.
Yeah.
Birds
At the wedding. Again.
I'll tell you what, these German weddings.
They go crazy hard.
Yeah, so at the German wedding, they're getting married, happily ever after. And for everybody's entertainment, birds are going to come and gouge the eyes out of the sisters. I'll tell you what. This is the thing too, right? Because I mean, I'm a creative type, right? I mean,
we create dumbass jokes and like funny situations and shit like that.
I'm a writer. I write stuff.
Yes.
Somebody sat down with a pen and paper and was like,
evaluated.
Okay, so we have a wedding. What is that? Wedding? They're dancing, and then they're dancing. Okay, we got. You know what? I poked out by birds.
Birds.
There we go. That's it.
What are we
and they wrote
out?
it. They wrote it down. And they're like, you know what? Print that shit. That's gold. And then years later,
in the bag.
And then years later, Disney's reading this and goes, you know what? This is going to make a great movie for little kids. It's so weird. Like, all of it is so weird. Like, all right, so we got this pretty girl. She got these ugly scissors. There's rats for some reason. There's mice and a pumpkin.
Let's call her the Ashy Girl.
The Ashy Girl. There we go. That's got a ring to it right there.
There you go.
Yeah, for years and years and years down the road, little girls are going to dress up and we're going to call them the Ashy Girl.
It's because not even to change the name is wild.
Yeah, we still use Cinderella.
There's Cinderella everywhere.
Not only that, there is a movie that came out not too long ago, and it's called Cinderella Man.
What?
Yeah, it's a boxing story about
That's
Cinderella
crazy.
Man. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So, this was fun. I hope we didn't ruin Disney for anybody.
You can do your own research based on a small version of the research.
Right, we did the clip.
We did a little summarized
overview.
Yeah.
We did the research so you don't have to.
But if you want to.
Yeah, the books are still out.
Yeah, it's still...
You can still read.
Money making.
Yeah.
I mean...
I think one of your other sounds needs to be a cash register. Ka-ching.
Ka-ching. That's true.
I think that's another one.
That should be a one.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today. Follow us on all of our socials. Thank you for joining us.
Facebook, TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah.
You name it.
We are everywhere, and...
We're everywhere but home at this point.
That's also true. Mm-hmm. And we are rarely now seen together, which is weird.
True.
But it's been nice seeing you, and hopefully we see each other soon. But that's it.
That's it for today, guys.
Talk to y'all later.
Bye.